Welcome to the Sixfield Stadium here, Worcester City, playing at Worcester Raiders Stadium, a fantastic stadium, a three-sider that holds 12,000 normally. I don't think there's anywhere near that this afternoon. A good contingent from the Poppies opposite, and we're in for a very interesting game against Worcester City, newly promoted last season. They finished in fourth position but came through the playoffs. And their results read: they lost to Quorn on the opening day here 1-0. They drew away at Banbury. They lost against Needham Market away. They drew here 2-2 against Bury. They won away, a fantastic away win at Halesoe in Town 3-0. And they had two games in the FA Cup. One here against Chasetown, they drew 1-1. And in the replay on Tuesday, losing 3-2 away at Chasetown. We've been there as well with Chasetown, so we know what they can do. Teams are on our website, so you'll be able to see them, but I'll just go through the Kettering Town team for you. In goal, number 1, Jason Alexander. 15, Eddie Opong. 3, Shane Flynn. 4, George Forsyth. 5, Archie Crowther. 6 is Will Glennon. 14, Connor Stanley. 8 is Andy Thanodge. 9, Niall Ranger, who announced in midweek that he was staying on with the club for the rest of the season. And 21 is Brandon Barker. Your subs this afternoon: 2, Levi Andow. 7, Wes York. 11, Yamar Loza. And 19, Kai Fifield. Only 4 substitutions and no Leon Lobjolt in the squad this afternoon. We're not sure why Leon is in the squad. Hopefully we'll find that out a little later. Your referee this afternoon is Alex Rolfe. That's the first time he's managed or officiated even a Kettering Town game. And just one ex-Kettering player in the Worcester side. He's the substitute, Kieran Davis, who made 3 appearances for Kettering. One of those, the abandoned game against Nuneaton. He's on the subs bench. And we're almost ready for this game. Kettering, of course, hoping to bounce back from that 1-0 defeat against Harborough Town in the league. And last weekend, of course, they won 4-1 in the FA Cup against Long Eaton United, which poses next weekend a game against Quorn, who had an easier game against Sherwood Colliery, winning 8-0. So Worcester, though, have their own problems. In goal is Derby County loanee Harley Price. He steps in as an injury to Jack Thompson. And other than that, Worcester should be really at full strength. Outgoing, we're seeing Finlay Corrigan for Kettering. He's gone to AFC Sudbury, wanting more game time. He played 3 games for the Poppies this season. Worcester are searching for their first home league win of the season. The Poppies are unbeaten in all competitions away from home. Kieran Daughter, ex-Poppy, made his debut for the Poppies against Mikolova as a sub. And Poppies captain George Forsyth had a spell with City at their previous ground. This is a first for me at this stadium, a massive stadium here, obviously run by the rugby union side, Worcester Raiders. The last time I went to Worcester was at St George Street many, many years ago in the Conference North, I think it was in those days. So there we are on that one. We're looking at the substitutes. There's 4 out there for the Poppies at the moment. As I say, it's an interesting why we haven't got Lobjolt in the side, scoring a hat-trick last week. And Kettering's last games against Worcester City came in the 2007-2008 season, Blue Square North. 3-0 home win and a 3-2 away win with Dempster and JP Marner scoring the goals for the Poppies on that occasion. Overall, since 1925-26, it's 31 wins for the Poppies, 30 for City, 21 draws. Kettering has got 149 goals to 135 against, and the most goals in a career for the Poppies is the old favourite Ken Gully, who has scored 6 times. There have been 4 hat-tricks for the Poppies: Jackie Starsmore, Steve Snedden, Bobby Wiles and Bob Thomas, but nothing since 1955-56. The last debut, or the last player to have scored against Kettering for Worcester is an ex-Kettering player called Mark Danks. And here come the teams on to the pitch. Worcester playing in blue and white stripes, blue shorts and blue socks. Kettering in red and black. And they're lining up in front of us for the customary handshakes. The Kettering fans on the opposite side to us, giving it plenty of noise. And alongside me is Head of Media, Doug Brown. Good afternoon, Doug.
Good afternoon, Paul. Good afternoon, listeners, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another fantastic instalment. I think it's week 6 of the Southern League Premier Central campaign for the Poppies here in a beautiful setting. It's a magnificent stadium here, as Cookie was mentioning earlier, 12,000. Not 12,000 in here, but certainly capacity for 12,000. And on the way to our right, there's tiered stadia, hospitality suites on 2 tiers, a massive scoreboard, and a humongous stand in front of us that must have at least capacity for about 6,000 people. So, but Poppies have travelled in force, and they're opposite us in the main stand away to the right-hand side, just peppering some of those seats over there in their blue and white and also red and black tops here. But it's going to be an interesting game, this, Cookie, I think, given the results that Worcester have had coming in here. They're a difficult team. They're a defensive team, but the changes both up front and at the back mean that they may be susceptible.
Well, indeed so, yes. You mentioned about 12,000 near the highest gate they've had so far is 986, so just under 1,000. But yes, losing Lobjolt for whatever reason was a bit of a shock after his hat-trick last week. I'd have thought that he'd have been on fire to get a game in here, leaving just Ranger as the sole attacker along with Oppong, with Loza on the bench. It'll be interesting to see how Worcester deal with a Kettering side that have been playing well this season, bar one game. And it is not a must-win game for the Poppies, but I thought they need to bounce back from that 1-0 defeat against Harborough. We've got a big game on Tuesday against Spalding, so they need to get back into the frame of mind of league football.
Definitely, Paul. I mean, this is only the first of a series of 3 or 4 games that will help shape, I suppose, the destiny of the League Cup. Let's put it that way. So we've got today at Worcester, Spalding. On Tuesday, that rearranged home fixture for Spalding come across to us. Their pitch is still somewhere between the UK and China, so they're just not ready for hosting their home times at the moment here. But nevertheless, and then we've got Corn in the FA Cup after that. And then we've got Bishop Stortford after that. So it's all to play for here. But Poppy's in good form. Only lost to once against Harborough, so we'll see what we do. But it's a big pitch here, Paul. It's a massive pitch.
It is. It's a hybrid pitch as well. It's my first viewing of a hybrid pitch. I'm not quite sure that it's grass and Kettering are changing ends at the moment, so they're playing towards the big stand on our right-hand side. The side on our left is just got a bit. If you know Oxford United's ground, it's a 3-sider. It's very similar to that, to be on one side, and so Kettering will be facing the goal near to where we are, and they have got the kickoff, so they will be waiting to go. Referee is looking at his watch. Worcester are in a huddle, and Kettering kicking from left to right here in this all-important game at the Six Ways Stadium, not Six Fields, of course. We all know where that is, of course, and we've won there. So it would be nice to complete the set, winning at Six Fields and Six Ways. But it is Brandon Barker who is over the ball. Referee is about to get us underway for this Premier League fixture. Listen to Poppies TV audio with Doug Brown and myself, Paul Cook, bringing you this broadcast, and sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, of course. And we are off. Ball is on the far side to Flynn, who came on as substitute last week. It's back with Glennon in Kettering's off. He squares it to Forsyth. Forsyth going forward, sends it long for Oppong. Oppong has been quite on form. He goes one way, sends it out wide for the overlapping Barker. Barker puts across in early doors out toward Ranger. It misses Ranger, and it's well won by Alfie Lewis on the far side. He gets it back. And there is Lewis again to Flynn. Flynn going forward, intercepted by Paul Downing. Tanoj, though, gets the loose ball, plays it back to George Forsyth in the centre circle. plays it to Glennon on the far side. Now going forward into the Worcester half. Back to Flynn. There is Stanley. Back to Glennon. Glennon, not a lot on for him at the moment. He's on the byline on the far side, gets it to Flynn. Stanley keeps it in, beats his man. He's got Ranger in front of him. Stanley coming in, and the referee stops play. Looks like there was some interference and a free kick to Worcester. 0-0 here, and we're just into the second minute of this game. Alongside me is Phil, who's unsighted. It's a first for me, having an unsighted spectator watching. It must be a strange experience for you.
Not really. I am used to listening to commentaries, so no, not really.
Okay, but Bill's from West Bromwich and a West Bromwich Albion fan, so obviously he's got grey hair and is very worried half the time. But it is Stanley on the far side for Kettering. Comes off him though and goes out for a throw-in to Worcester.
It's interesting on the pitch here. It's a beautiful setting for football. I think that the wingers, everybody should be able to enjoy the game. The pitch is superb. It's flat. The interesting thing is that the 18-yard boxes are not 18 yards. They're actually 46 yards across. So it's a huge 18-yard box. I don't know who's been marking these out, but they're certainly a lot wider than you expect for normal pitch. But it's a wide, expansive pitch here at the stadium here at Six Ways as Alexander plays it out to Forsyth. Forsyth just on his own, just trying to get a long ball. She does, plays it inside to Brendan Barkley. Barkley plays it outside to Shane Flynn. Shane Flynn plays it outside to see if he can try and get Stanley going, but he's policed well by number 2, and that'll be a foul. Referee's going to give that, or is he not? No, he's not. Stanley continues. He plays on. He passes it out to the edge of the area here with Barkley. Barkley to Lewis. Lewis turns just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Plays it out to Flynn. Flynn tries to go down the right-hand side, puts a ball in, but it's kept out for a Poppy's corner, the first on the far left-hand side. But I thought that was a foul, Paul, to be honest.
It did look like it, didn't it? The referee, though, played advantage on that, and it worked in Kettering's favour, getting a corner. Good work from the Poppy's early doors here in the 4th minute of this game. And not a lot of movement in there for Kettering. They've only got 4 in the area at the moment, making it 5. It's going to be Barker who's going to take this. The ex-Rangers man, I'll get that one in early. So it's going to be a short one taken quickly to Stanley. Back to Barker. Barker under pressure gives the ball away, and that's another corner. So it's as you were. So that didn't work. Let's hope they get a better reasoning with the second attempt. It's going to be Barker again on the far side in front of the Kettering fans who are singing quite loudly, if you can hear them. And Barker this time puts one in near post. Forsyth gets a touch to it. Has to play the ball back to Barker, who's advanced from the corner flag. He's being pushed out wide. So back with Flynn in the centre. And Flynn plays it on to Jordan Alim, and that goes for a Kettering throw-in, taken quickly, but Lewis has missed out there. Felix Miles then for the home side. He's intercepted by Opong. He gets the ball back to the keeper, Alexander, in all green this afternoon. He sends it long for Ranger. It'll go over Ranger. And that is well won by Downing, the captain. It's back with the keeper, Harley Price, making his City debut from Derby County this afternoon. A youngster replacing Jack Thompson, who's got facial injuries from the encounter, I think, with Corner a couple of games ago. Downing then squares the ball onto the far side. He finds Spencer Hamilton. Hamilton, he's advancing forward, plays it back to Palmer. Not Ed, but Shea. He sends it long. It's a chase for Ted Rowe. Ted Rowe comes inside. Mark trying to get a crossover. It's a good tackle by Flynn, and that goes out. It comes over, though. Goes over everybody and over the net, and it rests on the net. And there it. Felix Miles is the leading goal scorer with just 2 goals for City. They've got 5 points from 5 games. They're in 14th position, and their nickname is the Faithful. That's quite. I would have thought City of the Blues. But,
well, that's their. But they're also called the Goats, which I was reading in the midweek as well. Bizarrely, how they got that nickname, I have no idea. But yeah, their fans are the Faithful.
The Faithful, Marion's brother.
Absolutely. And she's got a big family, but not enough to fill this 12,000 stadium.
It's very empty, isn't it? It's strange playing in these venues. We had the experience at Darlington a few years ago. The Northern Echo Arena holds 25,000. There were about 2,000 in there. It's a great stadium, no doubt about it, but not a lot of atmosphere. Although the Kettering fans are doing their best on the far side, which are very, very quiet indeed. Should be their largest gate of the season so far, I would think. Not that they've had many home games, just 3 at the moment, 1 in the FA Cup. Throw in on the far side. It's back with Forsyth. He plays it out to Crowther. He squares it to Glennon on the far side as the number 9 there, Belmonte, tries to chase him down, but it's back with Forsyth, centre of the park. Gets it to Ranger. Ranger out to Crowther. Crowther over the halfway line, sends it away for Opong. Up goes the flag and offside. 0-0 here in the 7th minute at the Sixway Stadium. And no side with a chance yet, Doug.
No, just the Worcester defence there, just having a chat amongst themselves, just about what they need to do to try and manage both Ranger and Opong, because this surface is actually built for them. Pristine as it is, it's also handy for the referee's assistant because it's got a vertical line just in front of the 18-yard box just to help the referee's assistant with his conjecture as the ball's played out by Harley Price. It was just on the 18-yard, headed out there by Glennon. Comes back to Thanod. Thanod plays on the wing to Opong. Opong's taken out there by number 3 without any issues at all. Jordan Lim. Referees, he's been quite strict, just letting the game flow a little bit here as Forsyth picks up the ball and goes out to Glennon. He's just looking for some support there on the right-hand side, which he gets through with Shane Flynn.
Indeed, a fabulous pitch. If you can't play football on this, then I don't think you ever will. But it is Forsyth for the Poppies playing, sending it long towards Opong. This time he chests it down under pressure and he's given a handball. Although it hit him on the top of the shoulder. The referee has given handball, though. Very harsh indeed. And a free kick. And that hasn't been taken yet. Just if you are listening in, we have got a game next Saturday in the FA Cup away at Corn. Details will be on the website in the week, hopefully. And to to give us direction on what to do. We have played them before, many, many seasons ago, a friendly, as the kick has been taken here by Price, headed on towards Liam Lockett, down by the corner flag. It's gone out of play, and that will be a Poppies throw-in. Yeah, we did play them in, I think it was 2017, a friendly, and beat them 3-2. Elliot Sandy, whatever happened to him, hat-trick. And in front of 120 at the time. Quite a nice little ground, what I remember of it. It's changed since then, of course. And no doubt there'll be a large contingent. Throw been taken. Opong gets a foot in. That goes out of play just by the halfway line. Ball comes to a bloke who does very well. He got a pint in his hand, and although it wasn't full, I think if it had been full, he'd have dropped it. But it's with Hamilton. He gets the ball back to Downing. He's the captain. Downing, right-footed, sends it a long chase for a Lockett. He can't control it. That will be a Poppies throw-in on the left-hand side.
The sun is coming out here on the Sixways Stadium as we're facing the Cecil Duckworth stand.
I think that's to do with cricket.
Apparently not. But
we've got a Duckworth and a Lewis is playing, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I think we can make that association.
Well, Lewis has got the ball from range. He goes down, loses it. Away goes Belmonte. Finds Miles, sends it out wide for Rowe. Rowe, just as the penalty, gets the overlapping Palmer. And Worcester with a chance here to put Kettering under pressure. They have done with Rowe down by the bar line, puts the ball in. That goes for a goal kick. Couldn't get the ball over. And it's still a 0-0. Listen to Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery.
Yes, indeed. Kettering are playing... Still going for the 3 at the back approach as the short ball goes out from Alexander to Glennon on that far left-hand side. He plays a long raking ball nowhere, anywhere. Downing kicks that ball forward, back up to see if Rowe can get it, which he does. He heads on, edge of the 18, but back to Rowe. Can he get a shot in? He plays it inside of Belmonte. Belmonte turns, still in there. Rowe with a shot straight into the hands of Jason Alexander there, and a really good move around the edge of the 18-yard box, resulting in that shot on the apex there, straight into Jason Alexander's outreached palms.
First chance of the game for either side. It was a half chance, really, but well worked by Worcester getting the shot away. The ball is back with Harley Price. He's in a fluorescent yellow type kit matching the flag. Oh, we can't say too much about flags, can we? Because
No.
gets us into trouble. But it's the same colour as it's back with Harley Price. He's just over the penalty spot at the moment, walking forward. Sprays it out wide to Palmer. He feeds it into Miles. It's back to Hayward. But Thanos intercepts, gets it to Flynn. Flynn turns, finds Glennon. Glennon gets it to Forsyth in the centre. Forsyth. But Crowther one side. He doesn't use Crowther, but it sends it out for a chase for Barker, who'll be offside. And he's not going to be in that position. Flynn does get the ball back, and Palmer gets the throw in from it, taken quickly. And it's with Cisse. He's going forward. Good ball there to chase here for Rowe, but it's back with Alexander. Good interception there. He sends a low trajectory ball to Stanley. Stanley turns under pressure with Palmer. Stanley does well. Still Stanley beats his player. He's fouled. And that is by Paul Downing, who brings him down. In fact, it was Spencer Hamilton that brought him down. And it'll be a free kick just in front of the home bench. Taken quickly to Ranger. Ranger, he's forced off the ball, though. The foot in by Barker, but well won by Belmonte. But Kettering retrieved the ball to Glennon. Glennon given away, though, to the number 6, which is Hamilton. Sends it out. There is Lewis. Good ball. Gets it to Thanog. Thanog looking to spray the ball to Crowther. Crowther, Oppong wants it forward, but he'll be offside, but he's gone back to Forsyth. Forsyth in his own area. Squares it to Glennon. Out wide to Flynn. Flynn sends it long to Stanley. And it's well won by the home side. Get the ball in by Palmer. Flynn plays the ball back to Alexander. He just prods it to Glennon in the penalty area. Glennon to Forsyth. Forsyth to Crowther. Crowther back to Forsyth in the penalty area. And a lot of movement for him at the moment, but Forsyth sends it long for a chase for Oppong. He'll try and keep this in if he can. He does, but the referee, the linesman or official says it's gone out of play. Oppong not too happy with that, but it is. Throw been taken quickly. And Downing with it. Ranger trying to close him down, but Downing chips it in, chested down by Glennon to Barker, but he's too slow, and well won there by Hayward. Beats 2 players, gets the ball out wide to Lockett. Lockett gets the return going forward into penalty area, but intercepted by Forsyth to Barker. Barker then loses the ball. Thanog gets a foot in, and he loses the ball. The chance here, but cleared by Forsyth. Trying to find Ranger. It doesn't reach him. It's pumped back in there again. A cry from Alexander, and Flynn allows that to go. But better work there from Worcester.
Definitely, and certainly the crowd have woken up as a result of that. Some lovely interplay there on the edge of the 18-yard box. Didn't end up with a shot, but I said they're not a bad side, Worcester, at all. They've come up well and had a patchy start to this league, but they're very difficult to score against. I'm hoping to see their cases. Ranger tried to go through here in the 18-yard box, but it's clear, well, Hamilton's got the ball, plays it inside. They play a lot of neat football. Spray across here so they can try and get Rowe going on that right far side, but I think that might go out, and indeed it has, right on that far side. I'm surprised that Kettering are not playing a bit more of a sort of short passing game. There seems to be a lot of shots up to Ranger to see if you can try and hold the ball, but this surface it's fairly unforgiving for those types of ball, I think.
Yeah, I think you've got to be exact with it. The old Hollywood passes come into the equation where you make a mistake and it will be capitalised on. But 0-0 at the moment. Worcester with the only real chance, half chance. Ball gone out of play. We're thrown to Worcester on the far side. It was a shot that Alexander just picked out quite easily, but it's on the far side now with Ted Rowe, diminutive player, but he gets the ball back and he gets the return, plays it to Cisse. Cisse, two pirouettes there, but then robbed by Lewis. He sprays it out to Oppong. He's the only one for a little flick on there. Has he got the pace to beat him? He has. Oppong is away here, being chased down by Lime, who does well, clears it and puts it out for a throw-in. And the same person this time gets covered in beer.
He does.
That'll teach him to want to be smart. He can't juggle with it. This isn't cricket. And he delights in showing the fans in this stand, which is quite packed in front of us, to be fair. Throw into the Kettering. It is Crowther with it. Gets it to Barker. Barker back to Crowther. And poor ball from Crowther, though, intercepted by Cisse, cleared by Worcester, only to Thanodge. A heavy tackle, a heavy touch by him allows the number 10, Miles, to get the ball back. It's going to be a chase on this left-hand side for Lockett, but over the head from Forsyth, and that will be a Poppy's throw-in. 17 minutes we're into here, 0-0 at the Six Ways Stadium. Kettering's first visit here, but not the first visit against Worcester City, a traditional old fixture in days gone by. Doug.
Indeed so. I remember the stats that you put on there goes all the way back to 1925. So it's some good history between the sides. The ball was going to come in from the right-hand side, comes in, cleared out by Glennon, but only as far as Belmonte. Just heads it to Rowe, but he doesn't get it. And another long, aimless ball deep into Worcester's half there, but goes out for nothing, really, just a throw in, which Flynn will take here, just underneath us, about halfway into the Worcester City half. Again, the aimless balls are not good. It just skims off this surface. It's got to be direct. It's got to be to feet. As the ball comes in, a long throw, goes on the halfway line. Oppong gets a good header, plays it inside here to Alfie Lewis. Alfie Lewis goes ahead. It's played on though. Flynn in the halfway line, plays it forward. Barkley can't actually control that ball whatsoever. It comes back out to Hamilton, goes back to Flynn. Worcester in their own half. They're going backwards. Oppong might get that, but Worcester City fans aren't happy about that challenge from Oppong there on Rowe, but he's back on his feet now as Belmonte has it just in the centre of their own half, just playing the ball around, goes back out to Hamilton. We'll play a long ball down and see if he can try and find Rowe. Rowe's chasing, but Flynn's underneath that. Lovely header back. The referee's given a foul for that on the far side, Paul, but again, they're just trying to find Rowe and try and get in behind us on that right-hand side, but referee's blown up for a free kick there to the Poppers.
Yeah, Rowe and the number 7 here, Lockett, quite diminutive, and they've got that speed going forward. Balls are being played out to them as Alexander's boots are being done up. I think must have come undone. He can't bend down to do it himself, so he's got a slave to do it. And just outside the penalty area, Glennon was helping Alexander with his boots. So he's going to take the free kick on the opposite side. As I say, sunbeaming down here in Worcester, and Alexander takes the free kick towards Ranger. He gets the header onto Barker. Barker, nobody in there at the moment. It comes over, cleared away, and Worcester get the ball on the far side to Hamilton, just outside the penalty area on the byline. Sends it long. Well caught there by Miles. And Worcester still with it with said Miles on the far side, but Forsyth gets a footing, gets it away, but it's back in again. Thanodge gets it out, but he puts it out for a throw-in. Bit scrappy at the moment from both sides. As Thanodge, not Thanodge, who's gone down. Shane Flynn has gone down, holding his ankle, which does need some attention from Michael Hunter. So the mystery we've got at the moment, which we can't find out about, obviously, is the lack of Leon Lovejolt.
It's been mentioned on the chat here, Paul, is that someone's reported that Jordan Rowe here has been mentioned that he's ill. I think that is the case because he's not travelled at all. He's not with any of the teams. So if that is the case, we wish him well.
Yeah, go on listening, Leon. You've missed out another hat trick. Where are you?
Yeah, absolutely. And also a lot of discussion about how you pronounce his surname. You've got Lobjolt. It's a different ways. He's possibly not here. We were going to ask him just to have a bit of a chat with him and just
call him Leon then. I mean, so you're missing nothing at the moment as Flynn is being attended to by sports therapist Michael Hunter. The sun comes down, living it up, living it. So probably about 200 Kettering fans over there on the far side, I would have thought.
They are,
and travel down.
All in good, fine voice following the Michael Jackson night.
Yes, very
Indeed,
good night
yesterday.
indeed. Yes,
The Poppy's Bar.
Poppy's Bar, very well attended, very good indeed. Simply Michael, I think it was called, or Simply Jackson, very, very good indeed. Have to confess, had all the massive hits. It was a thriller of a night, of course.
Oh, of course,
And you
indeed.
can't beat it if you want to go and see him. He's well worth watching. And quite a few people on the opposite side have got the fluorescent hats on that were on sale last night. And very good, very good.
Indeed,
act to
yourself.
put on there.
Indeed, you're actually you've got one on a bright orange, almost like a Dutch trilby, I would say, in terms of that fluorescent orange, and you actually sport it very well.
Well, yes, some people say that, some tell the truth, but but no, overall, as I say, it was a good act that was put on there by the Poppy's Bar, and long may they continue. If you can get down and support these events, please do so, because they're very good indeed, and he was exceptional.
Yeah,
well, Flynn has gone off the part, nothing untoward there. He's just doing his boot up again, and we're back underway with a throw on the far side. Hamilton gets the ball to Hayward, then back to Hamilton, back to Hayward, sends it long for the number 10, Miles, who's puts a low ball in, but only Forsyth cuts it out. He clears it, and that goes out by the halfway line for a Worcester throw-in. Or a faithful throw-in, the faithful.
The faithful.
Doesn't ring right with me, that. It should be Blues or City. The faithful.
The faithful.
Seems very Sunday morning churchy.
It's very traitor-esque. If you've ever watched that.
I don't watch that.
That's the traitors. You're not missing anything on the pitch here. They've just headed a ball out for a Poppy's goal kick here. But just welcome a couple of ball on the chart. So on the chat, I would say. So a few people here. Stephen Oliver is at Gorleston Beach.
Marvellous beach, that is.
Marvellous. And our own Jeremy Bacon is listening in Normandy.
In
France there.
Give them hell, Jez.
That's it.
Who won the war?
Allez, le cocolot. So great to hear you come from all around the world to be able to hear our dulcet tones here at the Six Ways. As,
Flynn breaking forward over the halfway line. He's got Stanley one side, and still Flynn with it. Now he puts it through to Stanley. 3 in the centre for Poppies. Can Stanley get the ball over? He goes one way, then the other puts the ball in, deflected, and that goes for a corner. Good work from Stanley. And applauded by the Kettering fans, who are right opposite that goal mouth over there. They're well away in the second half, though, from the other goal. Won't see a great deal. Well, they will, but at distance.
Yes, they will. Good run, though, all the way through there from Flynn. He must have run 40 yards to get to that point. And
especially after the little injury he had. I mean, almost defies the injury, doesn't it? Forsyth having to go and retrieve the ball, as nobody had bothered to get it from the Worcester contingent. One thing you don't see in grounds anymore now is ball boys, isn't it? It's not at this level, anyway.
No.
So a lot of balls
or anybody else, for that matter. But ball's back in play now.
It is, and it's Barker who's being tasked with these corners. In fact, it was Stanley. There's Ranger. It goes over him. It's going to go out of play unless Barker can keep it in. He does, under pressure, slips, but retains the ball. Oppong is with him. Oppong to Crowther. Crowther into Oppong. Oppong might hit one. Can't control it just at the vital moment. It's hoofed away to Thanos. He gives the ball away. And a chance here for Miles. Miles still puts the ball through. Beats one, beats two. Miles come through. A chance, one yard. Great save from Alexander on the far side there. And Ted Rowe got the loose ball. And looks like there's going to be a booking. But Thanos made an awful error there, really. And Worcester almost capitalised on it, Doug.
They did indeed. Thanos made the initial issue, which allowed Rowe to start getting towards the 18-yard box. What the issue is that Shane Flynn is going to get booked here because he went down literally on the 18-yard box here and almost tried to bring down the Worcester City advancing player. He handled the ball. Referee gave an advantage, and it went on to the right-hand side for Miles to have a shot. But I'm not sure what he's going to give here, but I'm hoping it's just going to be a booking. But it was a strange decision from Shane Flynn there.
Well, it was. Luckily, it was outside the area, otherwise it would have been a penalty. And it is a yellow card only. And but it is going to result. Where's the ball? It's going to result, though, in a free kick being brought back to Worcester. It's just in the D, in the centre of in the centre of the D, in Kettering's half, obviously. Referee now is pacing out the wall. So they had the advantage. It's been brought back. Flynn's been booked. It gives City a chance to put Alexander and Kettering under pressure. All originated from a slip by Thanodge on the 20-yard line, I would think it is, and that almost created a goal for a combination of Miles and Rowe. And it is Cisse over the ball. Cisse has registered a goal in the 2-2 draw. Leaves it for Miles, high, wide and handsome. Cheers of delight for the Kettering fans. Wasted opportunity, and it's still 0-0 on 27 minutes.
It is. It just shows you, though, that on this pitch, because the Worcester City players know it that well, if they can get the ball down and play it, they've got really good opportunity in strike force there with both Rowe and Miles on the right-hand side, who've actually linked up very well there to get some shots on target there. But that was woeful in terms of the free kick there, Paul.
I rather liked it. It was Alexander then gets us back underway, trying to find Stanley, but it's intercepted by Worcester, who've got their tails up at the moment as it's headed out by Glennon towards Lewis. It cannons off Cisse, but Stanley gets it towards Barker. Barker advancing forward, knocked off the ball easily by Palmer, and Worcester get the chance to go forward again with Mile. Referee brings game back. There's a bit of an altercation over there in the by the Kettering dugout. Didn't see what happened. Referee's having to go over.
Yeah, I think what happened there was it was a robust challenge, I think, by the Worcester number 5, and I think the Alfie Lewis took exception to that, and I think there was just a little bit of a follow through as the ball was played forward there. It was all handbags. I don't think there'll be anything too much comes out of this, but the referees, he's got 6 played around him at the moment. He's just getting the other 2 now, and the Worcester City captain just have a chat. I don't think there'll be anything in this. It was just a bit of handbags, I suppose, really there. But I think if you have a look at the back 4 of Worcester, they wouldn't be too far away from playing for the Warwick Warriors, I would expect here. They are big lads.
They are big lads indeed. So I'd have thought balls at their feet make them work for it would be the issue. Would be the pattern of play this afternoon. But so far, Kettering haven't created too much going forward. It's normally been Stanley on one of the wings who's created any damage whatsoever. But still not really a shot on target from Kettering. Worcester having one and then one blazed over the bar. And that's only been the 2 talking points really, other than the booking so far this afternoon. And still not back underway. The referee has the ball. He's gives it to Worcester. It's sent long to Mar. Little flick on. There's Forsyth. Forsyth clears it, switches it towards Oppong. Oppong will do well here. He has done well. And then he just pumps the ball forward. Easily cut out, though, by Downing. Back to Cisse. He's having quite an influence since the free kick. Gets it to Flynn. Flynn finds Lewis, but Lewis gives the ball away to Cisse on the halfway line. Cisse doing well, finds Palmer. He sends it long for Ted Rowe. Rowe slips at Flynn, but then Flynn gets a foot in, gets it out. But lovely work there from Stanley. Stanley flicks it onto Cisse. That goes out for a throw-in on the halfway line. Still 0-0. We're into 30 minutes here at Six Ways. Worcester with the only 2 opportunities. None of them, I would say, goal-scoring opportunities, but certainly did put a little bit of pressure on the Poppers, especially with the free kick. But it is with Lewis, plays it back to Glennon, and Glennon squares it to Forsyth in the centre. Has got Crowther. Forsyth urging them to go forward. Sends it into Rangers, being manhandled, goes down, but gets the ball to Oppong. Oppong plays it out wide to Barker. Barker. He's got the overlapping Crowther, but Oppong plays it to Barker. He plays it back to Thanodge. Thanodge, late tackle there on Lewis, has been ignored by the referee, but it's with Glennon on the halfway line. Glennon, though, not a lot on from him. He squares it back to Forsyth, where it originated from a few passes ago. Forsyth into Oppong. Oppong back to Forsyth, who lets it go, and that will be a Kettering throw-in. That was pretty poor. They should have reacted quicker there, but has given Worcester the advantage on this left-hand side. Sends it to Cisse from the throw-in. Cisse back to Downing. Downing squares it. He finds Hamilton. Hamilton, right-footed, sends it a long chase here for Mills. Corner comes in low, a little chance there, and that is headed out back to the corner taker, intercepted by Stanley. And Stanley gets a 1-2 with Forsyth. He sends it long. but it's back to with Palmer. And that will be a free kick to Worcester, foul by Lewis. Apologies if you've lost connection. The battery pack ran out, I think. I think we're back on now.
We're all back on now.
All back on
You've
now,
not missed
so.
anything, by the way, so it's
No,
all good.
it's been pretty, not dour stuff, but in fact, Worcester probably have had shaded it in the last 10 minutes or so, had a lot more of the ball, haven't created anything, but it is a free kick on the far side, which our man from Belmonte will take. So he's just bending down at the moment, probably checking to see if it's in date, but doing up his leggings or his socks, places the ball in front of him. Belmonte then probably about 35 yards out of the on the far side towards the touchline. Right-footed, puts the ball in towards that back post, headed on by Cisse, but cleared by Forsyth, but it is heavily controlled, but Worcester do control it. Sends the ball back to the keeper, but he leaves it for Flynn, Lim even. And then Price sends it long. Glennon underneath it, finds Lewis. Lewis to Thanodge, back to Lewis from Thanodge. Finds Stanley, intercepted though by Palmer to Flynn. He does well, plays it back to Glennon. Squared again to Forsyth. Forsyth into Thanodge, back to Glennon. Not a lot going forward at the moment for the Poppies. Stanley flicks it through to Flynn. Flynn needs to get on his bike. He does well, sends it forward towards Stanley. Free in there for Kettering. Stanley comes inside, still Stanley. Might try one himself, it's blocked. And Belmonte gets the ball away. Hacked anywhere by Worcester, and that goes out for a throw-in on the far side. 38 minutes gone here at Six Ways, and it is a 0-0. It's the Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, with myself, Paul Cook, and Head of Media, Doug Brown, bringing you this broadcast from deep Worcester.
Yeah,
and a very impressive stadium indeed. Well, it should be for Premiership rugby, shouldn't it?
But, yeah, indeed, and it is. It's very modern.
I think they've got a 5-year deal here of Worcester City to play here. So Thanodge gets the ball away to Crowther. He stumbles a bit, but in towards Barker. Opong is offside, but doesn't use him. He's got Stanley there. A shot comes in from Flynn, and that is a shot in anger, and that goes over the bar and goes for a goal kick.
Indeed, bit of a sweeping move there. Just Flynn just on the left-hand side of the 18-yard box man to get a shot in, but it was well over. And Price had no issues with that as he gets back underway. Just a couple of scores from elsewhere around the grounds. Corn are winning at the moment 2-1 away at Leiston. Harborough are 0-0 against Halesowen. And obviously we're 0-0 here. And Stratford are beating Spalding United 1-0. So yeah, it's all going well. If we can get a goal here, it'll make a big difference.
Yeah, Flynn has just gone down. It's a foul on him on the far side. Alexander gets the ball to Glennon. I think Alexander's going to take this. But yeah, another tactical team talk at half-time, no doubt, from Simon Holyhead, who'll want to rejig things around with probably Loza going to inject some pace as he does. All changed last week when he came on as Ranger gets a flick on towards Barker. He heads it to Stanley, who does very well to control the ball. He fights Thanodge back to Stanley. Connor Stanley in the centre now. He's got Opong out wide. He uses Opong. Opong just outside the penalty. Comes inside Opong down with the touchline. Tries a shot into the side netting. Probably wasn't the best option, but he had a go. And into the side netting. Generous applause from the Poppies fans who are watching from that other side of this massive stadium.
I think they're just putting on their factor 50 at the moment here as the sun is beaming out on that side on the Cecil Duckworth stand. But certainly Opong had an opportunity there. He should have crossed it. There was 3 or 4 Poppies in the main 18-yard box there, but he decided to have a fairly tame shot into the side netting. But nevertheless, we restart with the goal kick.
So Price gets it underway. It's headed by Forsyth, but back in by Belmonte, only towards Lewis. He finds Thanodge. Thanodge back to Forsyth. He plays it or rolls it back to Alexander. He's put under pressure quickly, and he plays it to Glennon. Glennon to Forsyth. Forsyth squares it back to Glennon as Rowe tries to tamp him down, but he's back with Alexander. Plays it out to Flynn on the other side on the touchline to Ranger. Little flick to him, to Stanley, but a lovely move there. Then an over kick by Stanley. A good 1-2 with Barker, but just couldn't control it at the vital time. And Belmonte was able to dismantle him. And then there's a good block there to Oppong. Oppong, can he go? He's got the ball trapped in his feet. Crowther's about to overlap. Oppong hasn't seen him. Still Oppong plays the ball in, but Crowther hasn't got there. And Belmonte just clears it. That is headed out by Forsyth. And well won by Nathan Hayward. Finds Miles back to Rowe. Belmonte overlapping, puts one in. A wild shot there. Wide of the goal mouth. And from one end to the other. And that all stopped with Crowther not being able to get to the ball after Oppong's layoff in the other half. 42 minutes gone.
Indeed, it's taken us 42 minutes for a game to break out here, really, with two good opportunities at both ends of the ground. Oppong is certainly, this surface should suit him with his trickery, and indeed Stanley on each side. So as much as they can do to get them out to the wide people on this significant size pitch here will make it more difficult for Worcester City as Glennon comes forward, plays the ball on, went to Ranger with a back flick to try and find Stanley. He loses it. Goes out to Miles, inside to Rowe. Back to Miles again. But Fanod, a lovely little 1-2 there. He's getting pulled back. That's got to be a booking, surely. Referee's just taking his time. He's put his hand in his pocket. Just calming down. He's had a good game, actually. The referee, Alex Rolfe, so far. I think he's going to be booking a Worcester City player after that, which he does indeed. So I can't see he's gone that. Is that number 11? I think it's gone in.
It is. Ted Rowe goes into the book. That's the second City player that has gone into Mr. Rolfe's book. And Thanos will take this free kick as we're into the 43rd minute of this first half. It's back with Flynn on the centre line, but well kept in by Stanley. But he's given the ball away to Belmonte. Cut out by Thanos. Glennon just hoofs it away towards Ranger. But Palmer does well. Ranger pops it down. It's a bit like a pinball at the moment, but Stanley gets the benefit from that. Stanley trying to beat the player. Stanley coming through here, can hit the ball over, and that is deflected for a corner at the near post. Good work from Stanley, and good work from Palmer denying the cross, which would have been a little simple tap-in for Ranger had the ball got to his feet.
Again, it just emphasises that the more that they can get the ball out to Stanley and Oppong in that last third, the more impact Kettering are going to have, because I don't think the Worcester City defenders have the guile or the ability to be able to really stop them, especially if they get into this expansive 18-yard box here, which can only benefit, says Paul, I think.
Well, it's like a caravan park in there, isn't it? It's massive. You can put anything in there. I've never seen anything like it. It's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, to you, they can park a few things there. So, we've got a corner on the far side.
Bit of pushing here in the 6-yard block, as you'd expect. Ranger and Palmer. In comes the corner. Goes toward goalkeeper's missed it, and they clear it as Belmonte does well under pressure. And the goalkeeper completely missed out, Harley Price. The first sort of error he's made this afternoon on his debut. Ball is pumped forward. Oppong gets to it, but it's straight at Belmonte. He plays it back. It arrives at Lyme. And up and under. That's another sport, isn't it? As the ball comes away for the number 7. There's a chance here for Worcester. Can he get the shot in? He can. Great save at the near post from Jason Alexander. As we're getting a cup of tea brought to us. Marvellous brown tea brought to us here. And a great save from Alexander, denying Worcester the early advantage. And I hope he's put 2 sugars in this. As
I think we'll give you a bit more time to get that hot tea onto your lap there a bit, as Worcester City have a corner from that Jason Alexander. Say the ball comes across right on the edge of the area. Comes at Hamilton. Goal! Hamilton! All the way along, right out to the far side there. And Hamilton, the number 6, comes in from the right-hand side, takes it at the first strike, straight past Alexander. No real chance at all. And it's Worcester City 1, Poppies 0.
Yeah, it's the only chance they've really had, and they've taken it with aplomb. It wasn't marked and punished, and the Poppies go behind again in a game. That's the 3rd game on the trot. They've gone a goal behind, and They came back, of course, against Long Eaton to dismantle them. And they're going to need something in the second half. That was scored on 45 minutes. So Worcester haven't won at home in the league this season. In fact, they've only won one game away at Hale's Home, which was a fabulous 3-0 win. And they've gone ahead here against the Poppies. And that'll make Simon Holyhead's half-time talk, Doug, a lot different, I'd say.
Definitely, absolutely. I mean, the Poppies haven't been playing fantastically, but they've had opportunities. And as they go forward with Stanley on the far side.
Stanley then trying to get a quick reply, but he's beaten one, he's beaten two. Stanley comes with here, puts the Todd in, deflects, he says 1-1. Rangers equalised. Fantastic work there from Connor Stanley. Flicked the ball over. It went over the defence, and there was Ranger to power it in from about 4 yards. 1-1. Who'd have thought that? Kettering back in it on the stroke of time added on. Marvellous goal from Ranger, and he's back with aplomb. He's back with the goal, and he's back until the end of the season.
Indeed, he was at the right place in the right time there. Lovely play again by Stanley at the far side. He sort of, nutmegged the fullback, came inside, got the ball across, and Ranger was there, literally almost on the goal line there to head that in past Price, who really didn't have a chance at all. But yeah, it's 1-1.
Game on. That makes Simon Holyhead's half-time talk even more, a lot more different now, won't it? After that. But is there a chance for another one? But 2 goals in a minute then, and it is 1-1 here at Six Ways. Kettering replying there. I can see Simon having a word with Wes York as Ranger gets the head on, but well won. Cleared by Rowe towards Glennon. Glennon out wide to Flynn. Flynn on the halfway line, going forward in his blue boots. A little flick by Ranger. Marvellous work from Connor Stanley, though, to creating that goal for Ranger. He beat 2 or 3 people, got the crossover on the byline, and there was Ranger hanging like a salmon. I think I mentioned that against Northampton. Like a salmon to actually head the ball, power it past Harley Price, who was nowhere to be seen except pulling the ball out the net as Thanodge gets it out wide to Flynn. A little flick on there to Stanley. Stanley again. Can you create a little bit of magic for half-time? And he's lost the ball this time to Rowe. And there goes the half-time whistle. And an entertaining last 5 minutes or so for this game. Worcester going ahead on 45 minutes, and then less than a minute later, Ranger equalising. And it's 1-1 here at Six Ways. All to play for in the second half, Doug.
Indeed, so frenetic end to the match there, which really didn't really break out until the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. So as the players trudge off away to our left-hand side, go down the tunnel at the beautiful Six Ways, we will leave you to enjoy whatever particular liquid you wish to imbibe. We'll leave Cookie to his hot tea here with 2 sugars in it, and Elgoods would be proud of that, I think. And we will see you. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Yeah.
Welcome back to Six Ways. Both teams out as the strains of the Blues Brothers are on the tannoy. And can't see any changes for the Poppies at the moment. It's as you were, the same with Worcester. And in saying that, I can see there's a board over there. And looks like Wes York is coming on for Brandon Barker. So yes. That is a change.
I think there's only one. I can't see any movement at all from the Worcester bench at this stage.
No.
Although I'm sure there will be some changes in the second half for them, but they're all looks like they're all dancing to the Blues Brothers there. They're all jogging around and having a great time. But yes, you're right. Here comes the official board. So 7 for 21, I think. Just on the far side, some discussions just at the Poppies bench there. Opong having a chat with Simon Holyhead. Where's York just getting some liquid before he comes on? Yep. And as Cookie was saying there, mentioned, yeah. Barkley off and Wes York is on.
So Wes York on, adds a bit of pace to the side. And it's going to be Worcester this time, kicking from left to right. And we are back underway with Belmonte. And that goes straight out of play for a Poppies throw-in. And referee wants it taken again. You just joined us, it's 1-1. Worcester taking the lead by Spencer Hamilton on 45 minutes. Poppies replaying a minute later with Ranger after excellent work from Connor Stanley. It's the throw-in on the far side to Kettering. And Crowther coming over to take it. So Crowther takes the throw-in towards Ranger. It comes off Cisse, though. Goes anywhere. Ranger's there along with York. Ranger gets a touch on, and that just goes by the post. Flag was up, though. It would have been offside, but it was a half chance, I'd have thought.
Half chance there, just the start of the second half. We're also indebted to Barry Lloyd here, has come through on the chat, said that Worcester City have been called the Faithful because of their royalist role in the Civil War, allowing Charles II to escape Cromwell's clutches. And he's in Leeds. So thank you, Barry. There you go. We get education, information, entertainment. It's all here. It's all here. Exactly.
Crowther gets the ball to Lewis. Lewis back to Forsyth. Forsyth back to Alexander. He takes a touch to Glennon. Glennon coming forward. Glennon out wide to Flynn. Inside to Stanley. Good 1-2 with him. Flynn going for, puts it through to Ranger. Flynn can't get there. Ranger goes down. There's a chance here for the number 10 to get through. Good interception by Glennon. Gets the ball back with a header to Alexander. He bowls the ball out to Forsyth on the far side. Forsyth sends it long. Good chest down by Opong. Beats his man. Going forward, Opong. Got Ranger with him. Puts the ball through towards Stanley on the other side. Stanley, the number 14, has Flynn in front of him. Flynn, but it's cleared by Worcester. Goes out for a throw-in. And it will be a throw-in to the Poppies halfway in the Worcester half in this second half. Well, you missed nothing there. Just an announcement of the ticket winner, which Shorty says he's won, but I don't believe him. But Flynn with the ball squares it to Forsyth on the far side. Forsyth into the Worcester half. Plays it out wide to Lewis. Back to Forsyth. He squares it to Glennon. Glennon going forward. Glennon to Ranger. Ranger being manhandled, and a trip by Cisse on Connor Stanley in the centre. Will be a free kick to the Poppies. Halfway in the Worcester half in the centre. And Stanley takes it quickly to Thanodge. Thanodge out wide to Flynn. Flynn has got the overlap in Stanley, but it doesn't reach to him. But it does reach the number 10, Mars. He's got some passing ability as the ball comes forward to Worcester. 3 against 3, but the number 7 there, Lockett, can't get away from Forsyth, but still Worcester with the ball. Hayward, still Hayward. In it comes. A flick on there, and a half chance. That might go for a corner. It has done. It's left by Ted Rowe. It's flicked away and gives Worcester a chance to put the Poppies under pressure.
They had a good Flynn, unfortunately, there. Fortunately, actually, he did get a touch there on the edge of the 6-yard box to deflect it away from Rowe here, and that's ended up with a corner down to our right-hand side, which are going to take short. Takes it out to Rowe, ball back in the middle there, goes all the way across to Thanodge. Thanodge clears, lovely little chest forward there, but it's picked up again by Worcester City. Goes back out to Miles. Miles down to Rowe, going to come inside. Goes all the way along. If they can get back in, they can't. That's a foul. Shane Flynn unfortunately took out the Worcester City attacker there, and it's just adjacent to the 18-yard box here, and a good opportunity for Worcester City to get the ball in the box.
More like he ran into him, didn't he, really? And not a lot he could do about it, but deemed it was a foul. It is a good position. And it's going to be Felix Miles and Belmonte. 2 in the wall for the Poppies, now being strided out by referee Rolfe. 1 in the wall now, it's just Stanley. And Felix Miles then, right-footed, going to put an outswinger into the centre. A lot of movement, as you'd expect. The whistle goes, arm goes up, in comes, and headed high and wide by Nathan Hayward over the bar. And no control really with that. And it is a goal kick.
Just shows a little bit dangerous. The City dangerous from the set pieces. That was a set piece there with the sort of short ball and the header, and obviously their goal came from a long corner to the far side of the 18-yard box, which Hamilton converted first time. But you give them a chance, I think they'll get an opportunity to score, as Hell's Owen actually witnessed, and they lost 3-0. As Poppy's trying to go forward here again, intercepted easily there. Goes back into midfield, and it goes out right on the halfway line for a throw to the Poppies.
Flynn then on the halfway line on this right-hand side to Stanley. Stanley trips, but comes off the number 10. Glennon just had to clear it anywhere. Stanley racing down there if he can keep it in. Ref, the linesman says no, it's gone out. Throw in on the far side, halfway down. And we're into the 7th minute of this second half. 1-1 if you've just joined us. Listen to Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgersbury. Lovely little flick there, but Forsyth gets a touch, and Thanodge clears it. Worcester getting the ball away. Good movement, cleared by Flynn. Thanodge, and then it's hoofed out of play by Worcester for a Poppies throw-in. Flynn takes it quickly, gets it to Glennon. Glennon squares it to Forsyth. Forsyth out wide to Oppong. Oppong gets a head on it, but I don't think he'll be able to beat the number 5 Downing to it, and he allows that to go out for a goal kick. 1-1. There's a Harley Price debutee for the faithful. Rolls the ball out to Shea Palmer. Palmer, plenty of space for him to direct the ball. It's a long one. It's a good ball, actually. Comes towards Rowe. Rowe out to Palmer. Right footed comes in here, headed out by Forsyth, but only towards the number 7. He clears it towards Oppong. Oppong now on the far side has a chance. He loses the ball though, can't control it, and Belmonte robs him of it. Gets it back to Shea Palmer. And York gets the ball to Stanley. Stanley to Ranger. Little flick on there to York. He can't control of that. Out comes the keeper. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication there between the keeper and the number 5 down in the captain. But on the second attempt, the keeper collects the ball. And York snapping at the heels to try and get that into the net. Out wide to Hamilton, the goal scorer. The home side sends it long. It's a good ball. And Glennon does well. As the number 7 there, Lockett was about to pull the trigger, but it's out with Crowther on the far side. Crowther long to Ranger. Ranger turns back to Crowther on the line to Oppong. Tight as Oppong beats his man, but I don't think he'll beat Cisse. Cisse allows that to roll out of play, which will be another throw in. In fact, a goal kick. It went right down by the corner flag. And it remains a 1-1 here. Be interesting to find out what the attendance is. The largest crowd is 986. And
be far off, I would have thought.
We don't know. Looks to be quite a few in this main stand, and the Poppers fans must be 200 or so on the far side. But we will see.
So there we go. Scores from the other side. Still other games. So Bishop Stockton still 0-0. Harbour 0-0. Corner still now 3-1 up against Leiston. We're 1-1 and Banbury are 1-1. Spalding still losing by a goal to 0. Who the Poppies have got the who are going to be competing against on Tuesday.
Well, the ball's been pumped forward for Oppong, but Lyme is adjudged to have been fouled by Oppong on the far side. The free kick taken quickly. Cisse bearing down, sends a chase, a collision between Glennon and Rowe, but nothing untoward. Ball is with Stanley on this left-hand side. Stanley pumps it into Ranger. Ranger back to Stanley. Stanley to Thanodge. Thanodge out to Flynn. Flynn to York. Back to Stanley. And it's back with Glennon. Patient football from Kettering is squared into the middle. And then the ball really, not a suicidal ball to Forsyth, but gave him no chance as there was being the 2 Worcester players bearing down on him. He had to slice the ball out for a throw-in. Throw-in been taken to Cisse. He finds Palmer, squares it to the captain Downing. And some of the Worcester fans on the far side, the first time we've heard them raise their voices as Miles keeps the ball in, does well under pressure from Lewis, and he's brought down just outside the area on the far side. This is a decent chance for the home side to put the Poppies under pressure.
Yeah, it was good check back, I suppose, on that right at the far side of the 18-yard box, almost at the apex there of it. And they've got a free kick, which they'll do an in-swinger, no doubt. There's 3 Worcester City players over the ball. There's 2 players in the Kettering wall at this moment, but dangerous situation here. Jason Alexander will have to be on his toes.
Free kick then about to be taken. The short one to Belmonte, puts the ball in high wide and hits Loza, who's just trotting round the other side to go to his place on the bench. He just puts the ball back to Alexander. Not a particularly good free kick as Glennon comes away for the Poppies. Glennon sends it long, a chase here for York. York under pressure, does well, but loses the ball in the end. Cisse retrieves it, sends it long. It's a chase here to Belmonte, but Glennon and Miles working for the ball as Flynn goes down, but play on, says the referee, as Thanodge is away in the centre. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis Not a good ball from Thanodge again, and Lewis couldn't do much with it. A chance here from that, but again, a poor ball, and Lewis retrieves it, gets it out wide to Oppong. Oppong on that wing, hugging it. And then he's put the ball out, and that will be a throw-in on the far side. 14 minutes of this second half gone, 1-1 here at Six Ways.
Yeah, that sort of 4-4-2 formation that Worcester City have got make them very difficult to break down, even though they had an opportunity there to break into the Kettering Town half. They keep their shape very well defensively organised, to be fair, as it's back with the keeper at the moment. With Price, played it out to the right-hand side, back to Price from Hamilton. Wes York just trying to put him off, which he does. Thanod picks it up in midfield. He's right in the centre of the Worcester City half. It goes out to Lewis. Lewis with a lovely little clip ball in there, but York's not going to get that as it trickles out for a goal kick over the far side of it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Kettering have been told to keep it on the ground, to be able to get some passes to and then use York's ability to try and hold up the ball and get people around him. But it's frustrating again to for Kettering Town. They really should be pushing the wingers a little bit hard, but we'll see what happens.
To say that in this current climate.
Is that right? We're not supposed to say that. Okay. Well, it's still 1-1. I think we'll get away with that one. Cisse plays a ball forward over the top there, but Forsyth, I think, has got to get this, which he does indeed, but it's cleared by Crowther. Worcester City retain the ball right on the far side. Lovely 1-2s there. Hayward plays it in, intercepted there by Crowther. Really important foot there. Mishead there, gives it to Stanley. Stanley's now getting on the left-hand side, over the halfway line, checks inside, looking for some support. He's got Wes York, who's going to pick up the ball there on the 18-yard box. He turns, passes it back out to Stanley. He's got two players in front of him, checks inside, just on the 18-yard box, plays it across all the way to Lewis. Lewis all the way to the far side to Crowther. Back to Oppong. Or goes all the way back to Thanodge. Flynn's going forward. Gets back on the left-hand side. He puts a ball in his left foot, goes across. Rangers missed it. He's headed out to the edge of the 18-yard box. Cisse checks it. Love plays the lovely ball out there to the right-hand side, but Forsyth is in there. He makes a forward thing to York, but York can't get the ball, and Price punches the ball away, and it goes out for a Kettering throw right down on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it was a rather good ball in, and the goalkeeper had to react quickly. Came out and dived acrobatically in the air to punch the ball away, and it does result in a throw-in for the Poppers. Flynn has gone over to take it down by the corner flag on the left-hand side. The stand where most of the fans are watching this game from. Oppong's come for a short one, but hasn't been used. Not a lot of movement for Kettering at the moment. It's been taken. York then loses the ball, and it's cleared towards Miles. Glennon's there with him. Won by Flynn. Back to Oppong. Good work from the Poppers as Oppong now has changed sides. Puts the ball over. It's knocked out of play for a corner by Shea Palmer. A very good header. Be a corner for the Poppers. The Kettering fans in one corner of this ground. We've got an obscure angle to watch the half from. We're not even halfway on the halfway line for this, and they're even further away on the opposite side. So, but it is a corner, and I'm trying to find the ball, and there's the ball. And it's going to be Connor Stanley going over to take this one. Just one Worcester player in almost in Kettering's half, the rest back defending this. Bit of movement here, Glennon back post. It comes in here, flicked on, and it's headed out by Cisse. Back to Stanley, a heavy trap there. But so then kit out by Cisse. That will be a throw-in to the Poppers. Flynn going over to take it as the side trots back. And
see the wind's picking up a bit, Paul, now as we're heading to the dying embers of the afternoon here. It's quite to be interesting, but it's like a long throw here from Flynn.
Throwing comes in. It's quite a long one there, headed on by Forsyth. Shot by Lewis, and that is deflected for a corner. It's a long ranger. We've seen Lewis score a couple of long range goals this season. And I thought there this was going to be another acrobatic one, but it took a deflection and just sails over the bar.
Indeed, and Shane Flynn's going right over to the far side to take this one as well, in front of the smattering of Worcester City supporters over there and some of their flags.
Flynn with the corner on the opposite side, comes in swinging. Not a particularly good one. It's cleared by Worcester, and away comes Lockett, sending Miles away. Bit of a chance here. And his onside is the number 8, Hayward, despite Kettering's cries for offside. It's not, but the ball has been switched back. It's back with Palmer and back with Downing. And Kettering rejigged themselves into their defensive qualities as the ball is with Cisse on the halfway line. Back to Downing. Downing. Little weaving run here. The ball is with now. It's with Rowe. Rowe on this right-hand side puts the ball in low into Alexander, who falls down the ball on his 6-yard box. Miles given no chance, and it remains 1-1.
Yeah, still 1-1 here. Alexander rolls the ball out to Glennon just on his own 18-yard box. It goes forward to Lewis, to Flynn, intercepted again from a high press. What's really interesting, as the game goes on, Oxford City beginning to press the ball higher up the pitch, which leaves gaps in their midfield. They've still got a strong back four, but there's some opportunities there. Again, if Loza decides to be introduced, depends what Simon Holyhead's is, but there's no change at the moment. As Rowe goes forward, he's past Flynn into the 18-yard box down the right-hand side, clips the ball across, and it goes to Belmonte. He'll have a shot, which he does, but straight into the arms of Alexander there. But certainly Worcester are beginning to get an opportunity down this left-hand side as well, as a long ball's pumped forward, and I'm sure that Oppong will get to that, and it'll go out, trickle out there for a goal kick.
Couple of chances though for Worcester, and Alexander good enough to. He's not happy as Alexander. He's come right out to rebuke the Kettering defenders, but he's been able to deal with what's been put in front of him quite easily at the moment. Alexander, as Downing gets the ball back to Harley Price. Price wayward kick towards Palmer. He keeps it in, but gives it to Flynn. Flynn to York. And York loses the ball. Won back by Hayward. And there's a chase here between Glennon and Miles. Glennon wins the battle, shields it really well, and goes out for a goal kick. We've been asked the attendance. We've got no idea, as we haven't been told yet what the attendance is.
Nothing as yet, and no movement at all from the bench at this stage as well. Just updates from the other games around the UK at the moment. Bishop Stortford still 0-0, Harborough 1-1, Corner 3-1 up, and obviously we're 1-1 here, as is Spalding United 1-1.
Cisse then squares the ball to the captain Downing. He sends it out wide, and it is Lockett on that far side. Puts the ball a little push there, and ball still in play. They wanted a push, but then they accepted it, and away comes Stanley. Stanley now, he's over the halfway line. Can he get in front there? Ranger in front of him, trying to find Ranger. Weaves one way, then he does a lovely run. Tries a long Ranger, and the keeper gets at his near post on the second attempt from Price. Interesting down there, Doug.
I think it was definitely a push. Forsyth definitely pushed him, and then everybody stopped. But apart from the Worcester City attacker, they decided to play it to try and find Belmonte on the edge of the 18-yard box, but he played it past him, thank God. But again, it just shows that we're susceptible down this left-hand side again. But nevertheless, it's still 1-1 here. It's all to play for, and could have been a penalty there on another day, another referee.
Forsyth then sends it long towards Ranger, goes over him, and it comes off Hamilton's head into the keeper. Rather luckily, but it happened as Downing coming away with the ball eventually, sending a long ball in towards Miles. Sends it out wide to Belmonte. Lockett overlapping. Here's a chance here. They got Rowe. There's a chance. Here's the number 8 long ranger comes in, and again 3 points. That goes over the bar, more akin to the rugby union than the association football. But again, it is another sweeping attack from the home side.
I think
and there's going to be a change now. It looks like Fifield is going to be making an appearance.
Taking Flynn off, I think.
Fifield coming on 24 minutes into this second half. Fifield has scored the 4th goal against Long Eaton. And can't see who's going off.
Referee has indicated also that the Worcester City keeper price has gone down. And each of the teams respectively have gone to their benches now to get some instructions. I don't know whether it's tactical, strategic, or whether he is injured. Who knows? But he's certainly receiving some treatment away to our left, Paul. But
Dan Yesif used to go down on a regular basis, didn't he, to get instructions from labs, if I remember right.
He did.
Looked like a bit of cramp, and we had that, didn't we, against Harborough when they were doing it. Keeper goes down, etc. But that's part of the game, unfortunately. Can't see who went off. Did you know? Oh, it looks like Flynn's gone off
there.
So,
yeah, Flynn's gone off for Kai Fifield. But just going back to the game there, that was the 3rd attack really in as many minutes there from Worcester City. They were getting an opportunity to sort of probe the Kettering defence, and they've all had opportunities to have shots on goal. As Cookie was saying there, a lot of them are a bit more rugby union than the Football Association, but nevertheless, they are getting them there. So the change with Flynn coming off, we'll see what happens. They'll probably revert again to a 3 at the back, push 5 up in midfield, and then probably Wes York and a Ranger up front. I suspect that's the way that we're going to go. And Shane Flynn's getting a rapturous reception as he walks past the Poppies faithful on the far right-hand side there in the Cecil Duckworth stand, magnificent as it is.
It's the one behind the goal, actually. I mean, it's full of hospitality boxes, isn't it? So it reminds me of Leicester Tigers, you know, sort of.
Yes.
If that was ever full for football, it'd be fantastic. But you know, it's a great stadium to be in, and I say there is a little bit of atmosphere in here. But I can imagine the likes of Leiston and a few others in this league, Alvechurch, and that bringing 2 or 3, you know, and being like a morgue. But we're back underway as Rowe does a pirouette, puts the ball out of play, and that is well, he's given it to.
I don't think that's right. The linesman's given a throw here to Worcester City,
and they just kicked it out, didn't they?
Just kicked it out. Wes York
is going ballistic. That was a very poor decision by the linesman and referees. It definitely was a Kettering throw, but back underway. Sanoj heads the balls out to Piper, gets his first touch, plays it out, but gives the ball away. And it is with Shea Palmer. He sends it long. There's a chance here. Offside. And funny how it all changes when it goes against you. $1,112. That is Worcester's highest so far of the season. And so those that are asking, there it is. And Alexander gets the ball out wide to Forsyth on the far side. Plays it back to Alexander into the 27th minute of the second half. And played out to Wes York. York does well under pressure from Rowe. Gets it back to Glennon. Glennon. Long ball. Trying to find Oppong. It won't reach him, though. Does reach Crowther. Gets a head to it. Cleared again. Crowther hoofs it back. And that will be at the keeper, who's just received some treatment. Like a bit of cramp, maybe. So, Harley Price. A debut for Worcester this afternoon. Derby County. Worcester having goalkeeping problems. We can say that. We always have goalkeeping problems every season.
Absolutely. But probably not as bad as Lowestoft, who had 9 separate keepers in their in their campaign last season. But you're right, it's always been a problematic issue for them. But to be honest, he's not been troubled, has he, Price, really?
No, just the goal, as is Alexander's. Had a couple of catches to make, but other than that, neither keeper really has had to make a decisive save as York is fouled down by the corner flag on the right-hand side, much to the displeasure of the home fans. Blatant, it was, very blatant. As Glennon, it's a rather hard pass to Alexander, who then sends it long towards Stanley. Goes over him, but he does well in retaining the ball. Gets it back to York. York to Ranger. Ranger, an optimistic flick there, goes out from Ranger for a Worcester throw-in. 1-1 here. Well, I was searched when I came in the ground with my bag. The first time ever at a football match I've been searched.
Wow.
And luckily, all the contraband we normally bring, Doug, wasn't.
I was going to say, it was a good job. I mean, I actually went round twice just for the sheer experience of it all. And but yeah, they're very official here. They're very professional, I think, in terms of the approach that they're trying to take.
Well, I went to Lords, as you know, in July to watch England against India, and the searching there was nothing compared to this, to be honest. It was very professional, as you say, as Lewis gets the ball through to Kai Fifield. Fifield now in the centre circle, being manhandled a little bit, and then he's fouled all the way by the number 8 there, Hayward. Hayward might get a talking to by the referee, as indeed he does, and I think he's going to be booked for it. He is. That's the third Worcester City player to go into some paperwork for the referee, tugging back Fifield, who's breaking away, and gives the Poppies an opportunity to put a set piece in. Van Arjo with the ball. Belmonte doesn't even normally wear a white suit, the man from Belmonte.
He does. He's
got some white on him, but it is Thanodge to York.
Well, usually a fedora, but he's not got either of those.
No. Glennon out wide to Lewis. Lewis inside to York. York going forward. Outside is Stanley, who he uses. Stanley beats his man quite easily, then beats another one quite easily, but then he's tripped. And this will be a free kick on the edge of the penalty area, on the angle, on the left-hand side, about a yard or so outside. And this is a chance here for the men in red. Fifield has the ball in his hand. Glennon is with him. Looks like that Glennon's overruled Fifield. Referee pacing out the wall. And a chance here to put Harley Price under pressure. Glennon then. Everybody except Opong in the Worcester half. Glennon then right-footed, puts the ball into a low trajectory straight into the arms of the keeper. Not a very good effort, really. Easily dealt with. And Harley Price there gets the ball out to Cisse pretty quickly. He finds Belmonte, squares it to Hayward. Worcester now on the attack on the far side. Ball is back with Hayward. He finds Dowling, the captain, taking his time. Feeds the ball through to the goal scorer, Lockett. He's got a bit of run, a chance here. Offside by a good yard and a half is Ted Rowe. Worcester fans don't agree, but they wouldn't, probably. The linesman was right that time. The officials, bar one real error, have done reasonably well as Kettering, as Worcester are making a change. So Flint replacing Tedrow, the first change for the hosts. And we're in the 33rd minute, Doug, of this enthralling 1-1 game.
Enthralling 1-1 game as we hear here, but yeah.
Or is that too negative?
Is it always a positive there? So Hamilton's headed the ball out there for a Poppy's throw. About halfway into the Worcester half is the dappled sunshine glances off the hybrid pitch here that we've got. That could have been a foul throw, but Fifield picks the ball up, trying to go forward. He's got Cisse in front of him. Thanodge plays it back to Glennon. Glennon play it back to Stanley, puts it up in the air, but it's cleared away right up into the Worcestershire sky here and pumped forward. But Forsyth has got this just inside the centre half, and he plays a lovely ball out to Opong. He managed to head that ball, kept it in. And Cisse is going to get chased down by Kai Fifield. He's trying to chase it out, which he does indeed. So it's a goal kick at the far side, which Price will pick up. But it's in the balance still here. Certainly we've got another 10, 12 minutes left, probably, something like that at the moment. So it's still all to be had. And with the results going the way they are at the moment, a Poppy's win will make a big difference to the table.
Well, it's early doors, though, isn't it? Also, though, and win your home games and win or draw your away games, as they say. A point is a decent attempt away from home as Fifield gets the ball through upon trying to get there, but he's robbed and goes for a goal kick. Looked like a corner to me, but Opong looks like Loza is going to come on. I can see him getting changed over there. I would leave just Levy Andow as the only unused sub. And Loza last week at Long Eaton changed the game completely, didn't he, when he came on? Exciting runs down the byline, creating 2 goals for lob jolt.
Certainly
and
did.
It's a poor kick from the keeper hanging in the air. Thanodge gains control and loses control, and it is Flint doing well, gets the ball away. Glennon has to react quickly, gets the ball to Fifield. It goes over Fifield. He can't control it. Cisse can. And out to Downing, the captain. Crowther intercepts. Pretty scrappy at the moment as Forsyth gets it to Fifield. He can't control it. And Hayward gets it back to Downing. And it's out wide to Belmonte. Belmonte now with a chance on that left-hand side. Beaming down, puts the ball in. Good save from Alexander near post. Catches it, goes down well with it. And no danger.
Yeah, to be fair, it needed to be, though, because certainly Miles was very close to him there for the rebound. He did well to retain that under pressure, but ball goes all the way back to Price and the Worcester half, and Worcester again trying to build. About 10 minutes left here now. Comes inside to Hayward. Hayward looking to try and get it across, which he does. Just on the halfway line.
Cliche, I know, but the next goal wins it, I would think. But it is Cisse with the ball in the centre at the moment for the home side. Plays it back to Palmer. He plays it to the keeper. Price sends it long for Forsyth underneath it. He wins the header. It goes to Thanodge, gets a foot in, but Ranger can't get there. Well won by Hayward again on the halfway line. Sends it out wide. There's Crowther, chests it down, clears it. And that just goes out of play. That will be a throw in to Worcester. Loza waiting to come on. Down there with the assistant manager as Simon Hollier goes over for a quick chat with both. Harley Price then sends it out wide towards Flint, but there's Glennon, wins the header. Stanley can't beat Shea Palmer. It's back with Lockett. Lockett into Cisse, who's had quite a lot to say in this second half. Sends it forward for Flint to chase. What pace has he got? He's down by the touchline. A push by Glennon. And that's a free kick down by the corner flag on the right-hand side. It's almost like a corner, I would suppose, to the home side. 38 minutes we're into here. Loza still has gone back to his seat now in the dugout on the far side. Free kick being taken by Felix Miles. Up go the arms. In it comes near post. Little flick there, and Cisse gets a head onto it at the near post. Thanodge heads it over the bar. I think Alexander had it covered, but another corner this time.
That was a good attack there, but Thanodge was positioned as he always is, just at the front of the 6-yard box there, and just got the glancing header away, took it out of danger, but another corner.
Miles again puts it in, this time headed out by Ranger. He's very good at that, he's Ranger. Ball though back with the corner taker. Right footed puts it in, blocked by York. But Miles gets a chance himself now to put the ball through, comes through. And Ranger once again intercepts. Defensive qualities are good, gets the ball out, but Stanley hadn't reacted quick enough. And the throw-in taken quickly from the wrong place by Shea Palmer. He finds Downing. Downing in the centre to Cisse. Being chased down. Fifield can't get near it. Hamilton can. He finds Palmer. Palmer to Flint. Flint, the sub, good 1-2 with him. Give the chance of Palmer. Ball comes over. Shocking ball. Ball goes out. Out of play. Referee hasn't seen it. Flag goes up. Poor ball though from Flint. And that opportunity for Worcester disappears. And it remains 1-1. We're into the 40th minute here at Six Ways. And this time, Loza does come on in place of.
It's number 11, I think. I think he held the board up there. We got.
Looks like Ranger is going off.
Ranger's going off there. Doesn't give Loza that much time to make an impact here, really. The changes were made a lot earlier when they played against Long Eaton, but it's a different game today. But as Ranger just goes off to the halfway line, quick high five with Loza, and Loza's on. It should make a difference. I'm sure that Poppies will want to craft an opportunity here with 5 minutes to go. Let's hope they can get one.
If they can get the ball too, and then who knows what will happen as Stanley does well to keep this in from the goal kick. Then he's being fouled all the way. Referee allow him to go through. Great work from Stanley beats one. Here's Loza's first chance. Gets it outside to Fifield. Fifield towards the back post. Opon gets the ball in a chance here for Stanley, and it's straight at the keeper. And Stanley not off the mark yet for the Poppies, but directs his shot straight into Harley Price, who's in the right place, the centre of his goal. That was a half chance there for Kettering. Price then delivers it long. Trying to find Forsyth. He gets to it. Opon keeps it in. Good work from him as he gets it back to Forsyth. Long, but Loza gets it to Lewis, but he loses the ball to Cisse. Cisse put the ball away. The chance here. And Glennon needs to react quickly. He has done. Just clears the ball away. Stanley does well and gets a foot in. Fifield not at the races at the moment, but Stanley is. To Fifield. Fifield plays it to Loza. Loza out wide to Opon. This is good football from Kettering going forward. Opon on that far side. Opon inside, puts the ball in here, shoots. And just wide there of Harley Price. I thought we were going to get another Royston moment.
Very much so. I think that was a great opportunity as he just checked inside, jinked into his left foot there and tried to squeeze it in past the right-hand post there of Price. But certainly since Loza's come on, the energy is increased. The opportunity to pass the ball quicker and faster, especially across the two wingers, has been certainly currently exponential, and it's created at least two other chances there which we could have easily scored from, especially the shot there from Stanley earlier. But game's back on again. Long kick upside. Forsyth's fouled, just pulled down there just in the middle of his area. He's telling just to cool it, give it to Jason Alexander, who will probably try and lump this up as far as he can go with about 3 minutes left on the clock.
Alexander then with the free kick sends it out wide towards Lewis. He spreads the ball towards Loza. Out comes the keeper, does well, and rolls the ball out to Hamilton. He sends a long ball through to Flint. Doesn't get there. It does arrive at York. And then Forsyth taps it to Lewis. In turn, gets it to Thanodge. Thanodge to Loza. Does a little shuffle there. Sends it long. There's a chase here for Opon. And it's just gone out of play. Unlucky. He'd got Jordan Lim beaten all the way for pace. But I think the flag went for offside, to be fair. Well, we're only 3 minutes or so away from time added on. 1-1 here at Worcester. Don't forget, on Tuesday we have Spalding United, the visitors, with a host of ex-Kettering players in their squad. Almost a Kettering reserve side coming down.
That will be certainly is. It's going to be a fantastic game, actually, under the lights at Latimer Park.
It's got to go on to beat last season's 4-0 win, isn't it? But yes, you're right. In theory, with a host of ex-Poppies in there, as Flint gets the ball from the free kick. Little push by York. Referee says to York, it's obvious. Belmonte comes over into the 44th minute. Don't forget, both goals were scored in the 45th and 46th minutes in the first half. Anything can happen. Kettering always get a late chance. Belmonte puts the ball in. Glennon gets a foot in, but it's back to Belmonte. He puts an up and under in. Tries of offside, nothing given. Forsyth, a back header. Again, he gets the ball through, but this time Thanodge gets onto it. Thanodge has got, if he can see Loza, he can't. Intercepted by Cisse. And ball put through. Good ball here to Flint. Puts the ball in, nobody there. And Crowther gets there really before Alexander. Thanodge intercepts, does well, Thanodge. Plays it to Loza, but he's intercepted, and away comes Palmer. A chance here for the home side in the final moments as Flint gets the ball down by the byline, puts the ball in towards that back post, and it goes over everybody as the Oppong then loses the ball. Tries of handball from the Poppies fans on the far side, and it is a throw-in. Kettering furious with the referee there, missing the handball. So it's been taken quickly, still in Kettering's half, though. Being forced out by Crowther, then out again. Kettering moving forward, away from the penalty area. It comes in towards Belmonte, outside of Flint. Flint might try one here. Flint does. It's blocked, though, by Connor Stanley. It's the corner in the dying moments of this game. We've reached the 45-minute mark, so we're now into time added on. No board has gone up yet to say how long there is added on. Nothing has been announced either. If you're just listening in there, the attendance was 1,112. And it is a corner to the hosts in the 46th minute of this game here at Six Ways. And an unusual setting for this is in it comes, back post here. Alexander this time gets the ball to it. Can Oppong get there? He can first. He's only got Fifield with him. And Oppong keeps it in. No, it hasn't gone. Tries it. Almost intercepted there. And the whole ball has to go over the line for, and it wasn't, as the number 10 gets there, as Miles gets it to Cisse. He finds Hayward. Good ball to Flint. Flint. Can he get the ball over? Beats one, beats two, but then trips on the ball and still beats York to it. Ball comes in, blocked again, this time by Glennon. And another corner.
Real push there.
No idea how much time has been added on here.
No, didn't see any board go up whatsoever. Some of the stewards are going along. Even the Worcester City manager's just checking his watch there. But Worcester have got a corner, a last gasp corner here down to our right-hand side. And it's a packed 18-yard box here. Both hands go up.
Miles then with the corner comes in low. The chance here and cleared out by Glennon. It's an up and under from him though, and in towards Cisse. He gets a good header in, headed out by Glennon. Kettering can't get the ball away. Still coming in here. It's a big melee in the centre here. Can Kettering get the ball away? Comes in, another corner for the home side. Kettering under immense pressure here at the end into 48 minutes of this game. No indicators been given how long there is to go, but it's at the wrong end at the wrong time. If you're a Kettering persuasion, and Kettering fans watching him must be biting their nails. They must be up to their armpits at the moment as in comes Miles with it. Alexander, easy catch for him. And He bowls the ball out to Lewis. Lewis now with a bit of space to run, gets it through to Stanley. Stanley does a pirouette, keeps going forward. Got Oppong one side, he's got Loza in front, gets it out to Oppong. Oppong gets a 1-2 with Stanley, plays it off the player. Free kick right in the right area for the Poppies. Can Kettering get a goal in the final moments of this game? They're in the right end at the moment. It's a free kick on the far side. And sun still beaming down here in Worcester. And not knowing how long to go, this could be the final. We're into the 49th minute of this game. And it is Loza with the free kick. Referee's pacing out the wall. Is there going to be a dramatic finish in this game? Well, we will see. As Peter Short goes down, he's thinking they well could be the photographer. And Loza takes the ball here. He's beaten one, beaten two, then loses the ball. Chance comes into Oppong, puts the ball in here, just over the bar, and it hits the top netting. And unless a board goes up, that could well be it, Doug.
I think so. I think that was an unfortunate opportunity there. Loza trying to weave his way through into the 18-yard box. Referee's had a look at his watch. I think this could be the end of the game here, but certainly Oppong had an opportunity with his left foot to go to bit of cross in there, but he just went over the top of Price's goal. So I think the referee will be blowing when this goal kick is taken. Man of the match is a difficult one, really. I suppose could give it to the goal scorer, but don't know. There it is. Game ends. 1-1 here at Six Ways. It's been a fairly slow but nevertheless entertaining game, especially in the second half, Paul.
Yeah, Kettering replied really well after they conceded the goal on 45. They got a goal back in 46 minutes, and they couldn't break down Worcester, and vice versa. A point away from home is a good point, and we go on to Tuesday. A lot of impressive performances, maybe, and of course Kettering with only 4 substitutes in this game. So we end here at Worcester. We end here at Worcester 1-1, our first visit here, and the largest crowd of the season saw a gritty performance from both sides, and 1-1, perhaps the fair result out the possibilities, Doug.
Yeah, I think so. Whatever you're doing this weekend, enjoy. Get ready for Tuesday when we've got Spalding United at home. And meanwhile, we'll leave you here from a sunny Worcestershire. Enjoy your weekend. Have a lovely time, or we'll see you back here again on Tuesday. Good evening.